Let's ignore that. Like, I can barely hold these. I feel like I need to go to the bookstore and buy more books. You clicked on a very exciting video today because I'll be making my own very first TBR jar. And I've been collecting some prompts here. There are 30 of them. And I made this a free printable, so definitely check that out on my website. I'll link it down below. So let's assemble this together and then pick my August TBR. All right, that's done. Let me read to you a few of the prompts that I have. A book with an award on the front, book with a great first sentence, debut novel, book that was made into a movie or TV show, furniture on the cover, book with 5 or more words in the title, and so on. So I don't know, do I want to just fold them like this or do I want to roll them up like this? What do you guys prefer? I think I'm just going to go with the folding method. Now we're gonna put all of this in my handy dandy IKEA wine glass. That's gonna be my TBR jar. So here it is, my very own TBR jar. And I'll be honest with you guys, I did not get the hype about a TBR jar at all. Because since I'm such a big mood reader, I thought, I could never do this. But then I started watching videos where people were just pulling out their prompts from a TBR jar and I couldn't stop watching these videos. It's super entertaining and I totally understand why people like watching these and making these. It's a really fun way to switch up your TBR, and what I'm going to be doing... Oh, and I'm just seeing there's one peeking out. Let's fix that. Oops. Lost one. Oh my gosh. Let's do this again. Okay, grab the one that got away. I'm going to be pulling out 3 prompts because, as I just said, I still want to have the freedom of just choosing more books as I go. And typically I read around 4 to 6 books a month, depending on how much time I have. I think 3 is pretty good. So you ready? Let's shake it up. Oh, and before I pick out a prompt, I should let you know that a lot of the books on my shelf are unread. And that was also part of the reason why I chose to do the TBR jar, because I need to read those books. But anyway, let's pick the first one. Okay, I got one. And this one says, book by your favorite author. I know I have one Alice Feeney book I still want to read, Daisy Darker, and then I have the whole Wayward Pine series by Blake Crouch, but is there anything else? Let me see. All right, so for this prompt I have, as I said, Alice Feeney, Daisy Darker, and then I also have the Wayward Pines trilogy. But which one should I choose? I'm so indecisive. Maybe I should have just put the titles on the tabs and just pulled that, because I can't make up my mind. I'm gonna go with Daisy Darker because I know there's a prompt in there that says start a new series or something like that. So yeah, Daisy Darker it is. Okay, second round. Whoop. Well, it fell out, so we'll take that. And this is 3-word title, and I actually spelled that wrong. It just says the word title. Let's ignore that. I think I have a lot of those. This was just from the first shelf. Second shelf, third shelf. It keeps going. Guys, and the last one. Okay, guys, I told you that a lot of these books on my shelf are unread, and I wasn't joking. What do I do now? This is too much. Like, I can barely hold these. Okay, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to use a random numbers generator and I'm just gonna count from the top and then I'll just go with that because this is crazy. How many do I even have? 18. Yeah, so this is the stack. They're all upside down. Sorry about that. But let's get the numbers generator and pick a read. All right, let's see what number pops up. 7. Let's count from the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're picking Do No Harm by Jack Jordan. And my bookshelf looks a little sparse now. I feel like I need to go to the bookstore and buy more books. No, don't do that. All right, last prompt. And I'm glad that I'm only committing to 3 prompts because this was a lot of work. All right, let me pick this one. Okay, we have a book with an award on the front. All right, let me grab those. Okay, so I have 2 that fit the prompt. I have Eileen by Otessa Moshfegh, and then also The 4 Winds by Kristen Hanna. Since this is playing in the winter time and I'm a super seasonal reader, I'm gonna go with The 4 Winds. This is actually gonna be my first book by Kristen Hanna. So now that I've picked my 3 books for this month, let's see what they're about. So Daisy Darker appears to be one of these books that are like Agatha Christie's and then there were none. So we have a very remote and isolated setting, and people start disappearing or getting killed one after the other. And it's saying that a family is assembling for an 80th birthday party, and it's set on a tiny island in a Gothic house. And then as the family arrives, Nana, who's celebrating her 80th birthday, is found dead. And an hour later, the next family member follows. Yeah, so it's exactly what I thought. I love Alice Feeney, so I have really, really high hopes for this. Then I'm super excited about Do No Harm. It sounds seriously messed up. It's saying here, my child has been taken and I've been given a choice. Kill a patient on the operating table or lose my son forever. The man lies on the table in front of me. As a surgeon, it's my job to save him. As a mother, I know I must kill him. You might think I'm a monster, but there really is only one choice. I must get away with murder or I will never see my son again. So it sounds like we have a surgeon here whose child got abducted, and in order to get the kid back, she needs to kill someone on the operating table. Yeah, sounds nuts. Then The 4 Winds. I know this is set in Texas during the Great Depression. By 1934, the world has changed. Millions are out of work, and drought has devastated the Great Plains. Farmers are fighting to keep their land and their livelihoods as crops fail and water dries up and the earth cracks open. In this uncertain and perilous time, Elsa, like so many of her neighbors, must make an agonizing choice. Fight for the land she loves or leaves it behind and go west to California in search of a better life for her family. And as I mentioned, I've never read a book by Kristen Hanna before. I know they're extremely emotional, so I gotta prepare myself for that one. So once again, these are the 3 books that I'm picking for my TBR in August, and please let me know in the comment if you've read any of these or if I've inspired you to put any of these on your TBR. Because that's what usually happens when I watch those TBR videos. I just find even more books that I want to read. So anyway, thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.